Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Justin with AmericanTrucks.com. Today, I'm talking with Doug about his 2017 F-150. Now, Doug's rocking the Gen 2 Raptor wheels. It's a plus 34 offset, 17 by 9-inch wheel. Wrapped around those Raptor wheels will be the Mickey Thompson Deegan 38 tires. Now, that's actually a 315/70R17, which equates to about a 35 by 1250. And then finally, he's also rocking a 2-inch strut spacer leveling kit. So, Doug, thanks for joining me today, sir. Let's get right into it. Why'd you go with this setup in particular?
My whole life wanting a truck. I've always wanted a 150, but more than that, I always wanted a Raptor. So after I changed out my bumper and my grille, it just looked goofy with the stock wheels with all-terrain tires. And one of the guys at the fire station said, "Hey man, how do you have such an aggressive truck with such tiny wheels?" So I wanted to go bigger, wanted to go more aggressive. And so I went and got the Raptor wheels with the 35s. I definitely like the look much better.
Now, about those wheels in particular, what was it about the design of the Raptor wheel that kind of brought you to it?
You look at my truck specifically and you say, man, that looks like a Raptor, you know, and the wheels are a large portion of that. You can look at those wheels and know that they're Raptor wheels with the bead logs and, you know, the color and the Ford emblem on them and everything like that. And then I like the offset that's on there. I've never been a huge fan of big spacers. That's never been me. And the Raptor wheels is what did that for me.
Yeah, I mean, the factory offset's a plus 34. Well, what about the tires? Let's get into the Mickey Thompson. Now, Deegan 38, Brian Deegan, he has his own line with Mickey Thompson. 315/70R17. What was it about that specific tire or that size that you really liked about that setup?
So, like I said before, I had all-terrain tires on there before, and I just wanted a really good mud tire. And as you would know, Mickey Thompson makes great tires. And so the way that those look, the way that the tread comes all the way over the wall, and just the aggressiveness of it, it just completes the Raptor wheel on top of it. And the mud tire is much better than the all-terrain tire looking on there. It makes it a whole new truck having a mud tire on there.
I hear you, man. Now, we all know, too, that sometimes there's pros and cons with making the switch to a mud terrain. What do you think about the noise with those tires? Is it louder than, obviously, your all-terrain?
Oh, for sure. When you're riding anywhere, but specifically on the interstate, there is sound on it. But with the new Fords and the EcoBoost and how quiet they are, it's really not that big of a compromise because you're already having a quiet truck. You just ride a little louder.
We know they're a little noisy, but I mean, how's the ride overall? Is it nice and smooth? I mean, compared to your all-terrains, obviously, I'd imagine it's a little different than stock, but how would you say the ride feels?
With the all-terrains and the mud, flat ground, all-terrains definitely ride much more smooth. And it's not by much. You can only feel it for a little bit, but with those mud tires, you know, you can go over anything. I had experience where somebody slammed on in front of me on their brakes because a deer was coming, and I took the curb to not hit them, and it felt like a speed bump. So you can go over basically anything with these tires and you won't feel it, and it's much more smooth that way. So when you're riding on flat or you're riding on concrete or asphalt, you can feel the difference in an all-terrain and mud, but not by much.
All right, cool. Let's talk about how you were able to get those 35s underneath the truck there. You got a 2-inch strut spacer on the truck now. Why did you go with a 2-inch leveling kit in the meantime?
You know, stock trucks, they do that lean for the towing and for the aerodynamics. And I just didn't like how it looked. It looked a little goofy, so I brought it up a little bit. And I did that before any of the bumper or the grill or anything like that. So a 3-inch, 6-inch, that's just not me. And plus I wanted to fit in my garage. So the 2-inch spacer, all the research I did was basically as far as I could go to fit it in my garage. And it was the easiest way to do it. You know, I didn't have to do any suspension lifts or anything like that. So it was just the most minimal way to get a good lift on my truck, but not make it look huge and lifted.
Now, with that being said, you put that on, you put the 35s on. Did you get any scrubbing or rubbing anywhere with that?
I didn't get any scrubbing or rubbing, and I needed to get that 2-inch spacer on there to put my 35s on. If I didn't do that, it would have definitely scrubbed and rubbed.
My last question, is there anything you would do differently next time around?
I'm really happy with everything that I have. The only thing I could potentially see is skipping the 2-inch and just going suspension lift. I really like the Fox suspension. I see myself in the future changing to Fox suspension, but I'm very happy with the build that I have right now. It wouldn't really change much anything else about it.
Well, Doug, truck looks killer, man. As someone who digs the Raptor styling, you definitely nailed it. So thanks so much again for talking about us with it today. We appreciate that.
Thanks for having me, man. This was fun and hope it helps somebody out.
All right, guys, well, there you go. That's Doug from Georgia again with his 2017 F-150. Again, he is rocking the Raptor takeoff wheels plus 34mm offset and the 17 by 9-inch wheel. video. He's rocking the Mickey Thompson Deegan 38, 315 70R17s, 35 by 12.5, and then finally the 2-inch strut spacer leveling kit. Doug, be safe out there, man. I know you're a firefighter, so make sure you take care of yourself, all right?
Yeah, man. Thanks so much for having me.
My pleasure, brother. Take care.